solitaire video. Tonight, we have a simple hour special with 3 very solid decks. And I think we'll start with the bicycle Japan in green for this one. So let's open it up and see what we'll be working with tonight. Very simple and sweet. On the back as well as the front. And let's take a quick peek at the front. Why not? Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun. So we are officially 75% through our solitaire journey. And that is ridiculous. It's so awesome. Crazy to think about, but we'll expand on that later throughout the night. For now, if you enjoy these solitaire videos, let me know. We're almost, in a sense, to the finish line, and I'm excited to get there. But for now, please get yourself nice and comfy. And let's play game number 1. And in case you are new here, we play solitaire by 3-card draw rule. Makes it more challenging and fun. Well, that is a solid start to this one. Obviously, gotta try and open up a spot for our king, which we do. Oh yes, predictions for our night. I think 7 fat stacks and 1 win. Let's hope I'm wrong. You know what? We're gonna move that too, if we can't get anything going. But a red queen can change everything. I mean, a green queen in this case. And there she is. We're obviously at the beginning, unless it's just stupid not to. Going for the fat stacks at first. In case you're wondering why that 2 isn't being played. Next turn, we'll do this. Trust me. Let's wait. Perfect. Our patience just bought us another 2 plays. There's 1. And this was a bonus. Now we need a green king. There he is. And another to follow. There's our final ace. And the second play I mentioned from earlier. But now, there she is. It's time to get into it. So this 2 out of here. stack already and show us a black 9. Ooh, okay. There it is. Game number 1. 2 fat stacks already. Good start, and we're still not finished. But officially, there is nowhere for that 8 and nowhere for that 8. Let's go and see what happens. 8. We got lucky. But how lucky is the question? If this is a black king under that card, we have just won. And you know what, my friend? What a start to our night. And what's even crazier is that we manage to get 3 fat stacks in one victory. King all the way down to 2 in a win is very rare. Let's stack it up and get on to our first victory shuffle. Here we go. All of these spades, ace to king, along with all of the clubs. Next, the hearts and the diamonds. It felt a little bit chunky, but 7 to king isn't bad. 10 to 3 isn't bad as well, and then the aces at the end. Good start. Let's do a casino shuffle for game number 2. as we get into our second game, a quick little hi to all of you going back and watching all of our specials. It's a lot, so keep going. It gets better, I promise. I wonder, come to think of it. Never mind, I'll wait for another time for that. Anyway, a great start for game number 2. Let's see. Ooh, if we can top our previous game. Statistically, unlikely. Can it happen? You bet. As we already have one of our kings down early. And at this point, let's throw that 2 to the side and have both kings on our field. You know what? This is the game to be aggressive. Let's do it. That is a good sign. And our third play. Third king with our third play. On the bright And those were the cards left unturned. Let's get ready for game number 3. The thing that sucks about playing aggressive is sometimes you end up cutting off a lot of future potential plays when growing on some aces. Each one has their pros and cons, and in the end, it really is a coin toss. So no matter how much you really like to strategize, it's almost a difference that makes no difference. A hot start in our last Can We Match It in game number 3, but close it out. Let's find out. This is probably our last game with this deck too. We'll see. Black 10. Oh my, that's a lot of queens. Black 10 and a black jack would be good. And you could throw in a black 9 as well. There's the black 10. Drops our king. And yet another queen. And that queen might be a killer in this one. But let's find out if we can change the course of this one. Oh my. An interesting development, as we need a spot for another king, and we have a couple copycats to the left. And with that, our 4th fat stack of the night. Who knows? I think she knows. Alright. Way too many cards in our hand, though. stack of our night, as well as our second win. Now that's just ridiculous. What a night so far. What is special. And just for that, we'll give this deck one extra game. I had a feeling the green was going to carry some good luck. Here we go. For the second time of the night, all of the spades, ace to king. With all of the clubs, the hearts, and the diamonds. Victory shuffle, take two. I was about to say, not as clean of a start as our first time, but on second look, only the one hiccup with the tens and jacks, but everything else is doubled up. What about the black cards? Ooh, not as crisp, but king, queen, jack, and ace. Still not too bad. One more casino shuffle for game number 4. sixes and triple eights to the negative stats. That's nasty. Nothing you could do with that. 5 fat stacks and 2 wins with this deck. Will we get any more for this special? Let's find out as Japan bows out and we bring in the foil back gold deck. So there's a quick peek at the color. I really enjoy this deck. I haven't used it too much so far, but I think it provides a nice look overall. It's a bit bright in a sense, so I thought it would be better to wrap up our night with the blue deck as opposed to gold. Let's give it 2 more shuffles before game number 5. Just remembered, looking at this coloring, that I have some tea with me tonight. I tried something new. Very quick, I should say. I went to the store and bought some ginger root, about £1. I ripped it up and then I shaved it up. And after that, I poured in some water in a pan with some Arizona Diet ginseng tea, green ginseng tea. Let the ginger root go through for a while and soak. And my goodness, it was good, strong, and actually a little bit spicy. Give me a second after this round, and I'll bring it out. So a little over a gallon of tea in this cup. You can see it is a very dark color. There are actually specks of ginger in there. Oh my gosh. That was a lot. What I've learned is that ginger can be very spicy. And that if you, let's say you're drinking some ginger tea, and then you stop and come back to it later, triple eights by the way, while drinking it you build up an immunity to that spice, and once you stop, it's gonna come back way stronger than before. It's like a donkey kick in your taste buds. I like it. Ooh, this one's not looking too promising. fat stack. So maybe we get lucky. Maybe not. And there it is. Fat stack number 6. And if we get lucky again, we will hit D7. But now, what are the chances of that? Pretty slim. Oh no. Yeah, I think we're done now. Well, officially in this game, nowhere for that 6 or 3. We made every play possible. Just not enough plays from there. Good game though. At the halfway point, 6 fat stacks and 2 victories. Not too bad. Is it even possible to do better than that? That's the question we'll find out. And just some doubles. Back to the casino shuffle for game number 6. There we go. Lots of aces. Recently for us, a welcome sight. But now the kings are what's missing in this one. And there they are. A couple to answer our prayers. As that's 1 and 2. Carrying the work for us. A red jack and a red 7 would be nice. As there is 1. Another king down. Another play to follow. And we'll wait. Let's try getting a fat stack. Fat stack number 7 comes thanks to a 7. For you regular watchers, you know we're having a damn good night so far. That is insane. Triple play, just so you know. Alright. So we are stuck with a 6 and a jack. Time to build until we can't build anymore. And right there is the 6 jack. Alright, so there are some key cards under there. Oh no. Do we not have the 7 of hearts? I don't think we do. Does that mean we're done? I think we're done. So close from getting another win, but it all came down to the 7 of hearts. Because we can't build any more on either of these stacks without the 4 of clubs. And the 7 of hearts to at least mix around. So our final play will be that. But how many fat stacks? 8 so far on our night. Damn. 3 wins would be insane. Time to head into game number 7. Those cards, the key to victory. Game number 7. Last game with this deck. Come on. Be our golden ticket to win it. Alright, let's clear up the field real quick. Well, that is the spread. And here we go. Again, getting an early ace to help us out. Almost cleared up a spot those plays came at the end of our hand. Let's see if we can do anything else. And I think at this point we have to bank on these clubs and getting this queen out of the way. We might not be here much longer, as we can now play a king. Triple sixes on the field, and we are one red, two away from our 9th fat stack of the night. Come on now. Not what I want to do, but what we should do with that king. And it looks like that might be the highlight of this game, with that last fat stack. Nowhere for that queen. Nowhere for that king. 10 or queen. No 5 of clubs available, because no 5 of spades is down. So, interesting way to wrap up this deck as we move on to our final one of the night. Let's see the culprits in this one. Nothing too bad, I suppose. Alright, back in the box you go, as we head on to our final deck of the night. One of my favorites. All of these are favorites, but this one in particular, because it's a bit rare. I'm guessing this one was imprinted as much as the other Slurpee decks, because this one cost $30. Yeah. Nice color pattern and scheme across it, as you can see. Is it worth the 30? Well, that's to be seen. But one thing's for sure, I'm gonna get my money's worth with this one. Actually, I think of these decks, this is the most expensive at 30, or maybe even 35 if I remember correctly. The gold deck, around 23 to probably 25 at the end after tax. And then the Japan deck in green was probably 17. Well, speaking of those decks, if you want to grab yourself one, check out the link in the description. I get most of my decks on eBay. Best way to find a hidden deal and start a collection. I recommend grabbing at least 2 decks. Maybe you could find one of these in the video, and if so, go to my Instagram and send me a picture, because that is awesome. But for now, let's shift our attention to game number 8, as we search for one more fat stack to make it 10 on our night. Who knows what awaits us in these final 3 as we play 1 jack, and that is it. least make this one competitive. But by the looks of it, it looks like we might be done a bit early, as we barely manage to scrape across one singular play. Let's do a thorough check, as there's nowhere for that jack. 3, 2, jack. There's the issue, jack. Once again, we can play that 8, but not that 6, or that 8. And this is the exact spread we would have if we were to deal it out again. Nowhere for that 6, 8, triple jack, 2, 3 combo. So we move on to game number 9. A couple 9s wouldn't have hurt there, as well as the ace of clubs. Triple aces. And that is it, surprisingly. I need some tea after that one. I wish I can show you this mug, but it says, let me actually take a sip first. More like some gulps. Oh, there you can see the ginger sitting at the bottom. It's this cat mug that I got from my girlfriend. I can't really show you too much, but it's lovely. It's surprisingly heavy duty too. Something about them cats. I will finish that tea after this game. My goodness, does that burn? Feel the burn. This is when the cards look their best, in my opinion. Love that color. Fat stacks, 2 victories, almost a couple more. Let's see if we can scratch across anything else in our final 2 games of our 750th special. Honestly, I can't even believe this, as that ginger has created some protective, I guess, mucus in my throat from the burn. But I remember after the 100th Solitaire video, I thought that was fun and surprisingly quick. So let's make it 1,000. What's 100? 10 more times. 9 more if you think about it. And I had no idea how much it would really be. How many ups and downs there have been so far, in a sense. Don't tell me we're about to get swept. Okay, one card towards the end saved us. But 3 plays 7 special. On the way to 800. Now that's gonna be something for sure. Right, red 7. And a black 4. The specials make it nice as well for me. It's fun getting a little more creative than our regular Solitaire episode, and I think the inclusion of the 25s and like 25, 50, 75 makes it much more satisfying to pursue that 1,000 and easier for little breaks as we get our 10th fat stack of the night officially. Can you believe it? And that is our 3rd play. Who knows, maybe we could make it 11. I doubt it, but anything's possible. Kinda. Ooh, I think that is it, my friend, for this one. So, nowhere. Well, we can build on it, but it won't lead to anything. Queen, 2, and king, nowhere to go. Triple 5s on the field. Triple 2s. Without the aces of spades and clubs, those 2s wouldn't help much. But 10 fat stacks and 2 wins on our night. That might be our best special to date. And we still have one more game to go. Was there anything nasty? Not really. Let's finish off this tea after some shuffling. What's kind of interesting about the ginger burn, it reminds me a lot of wasabi. But I remember when I would eat the ginger that was with the wasabi, that it didn't really burn whatsoever. Interesting, wouldn't you say? Alright. Last shuffle with this deck. And one last clear. Sorry, I blanked out. Let's grab the tea. Oh, look at all that in there. That does not look fun whatsoever. I'm trying to mix it a bit, but it's resisting. Doesn't that look lovely? Looks like a bowl of shit. Whoa. Well, I did it. Just to show you some kitties. If I were to pick myself to be any of these cats, I'd say, ooh, that's actually kind of tough. I could see myself being all of these cats. Which cat would you be? Silly question, but it must be known. How will we wrap up our night, my friend? it's fun. Whenever we do an episode, I never plan anything out to say. It just kind of happens. And I was thinking to myself, do you know what sounded really good? Is a green tea matcha with orange juice, pineapple juice, pulp obviously, ginger, and cinnamon, with a squirt of lemon and a half teaspoon or tablespoon of honey. I mentioned that. Now I don't plan to say anything really, because I thought we'd be talking about we would be talking about the 750 special, the next one, on our final game. But no, we are talking about making some green tea cocktails. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. And am I the only one where it took me about 17 years of my life? Okay, let's be honest, 15 years. To figure out the difference between a teaspoon and tablespoon. When I was younger, I'd help my grandmother bake a lot, and I'd help her measure pretty much everything. I always saw TSP and TBSP and didn't really think to connect the dots. But then, I forget what I was doing. In high school, probably a protein shake or something like that. And then it just came to me. What is a tablespoon? And then I realized the teaspoon is the tiny one, like that big. And the tablespoon's the large one. And I assume it's a teaspoon because it's used for tea, and the tablespoon's used for butter or whatever. But anyway, our 11th fat stack comes in the conversation, the riveting conversation of teaspoons and tablespoons. This has to be one of our best specials ever. Oh yeah. Come on, where's the black 5? Red Queen, black 5. Any queen, there's a black 5. We'll wait. Trust me. Dang it. Okay. We have to play this too. We could do this as well. 2, 3. I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. Get rid of you. And you. Oh no. So it looks like 11 fat stacks will be the limit. As we are fighting to stay alive. Barely. Well, 5. No, no, no. This can't be how it ends. We are almost there. Nowhere for this jack and nowhere for this 9. The 2 of spades, and the 2 of diamonds, and the 5 of spades. this one just out of reach. As much as we would like to try, there's no way we're coming back in this one, as that is the final play of the night. 2 wins, 11 fat stacks, and that's a wrap for the 750 special. And the final 6 were, I think that was expected. Alright, my friend, we are officially 75% of the way through on our journey to 1,000. Let's put away our cards, bring out our other boxes, and say our goodnight. It was a fun one. You can bet that, for sure. I hope you enjoyed. Until we meet again, my friend, it's been fun. Please stay safe and eat your fruits and vegetables.